So if I were to ask you to close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths and to imagine 4 clear cups, clear glass cups right next to one another. And in your mind's eye, each of these glasses have something different in them. And we'll go one by one, noticing what's in each of these cups. So when you go to the first cup, this first cup has soil. And you've just planted a seed of whatever herb or fruit or vegetable that you desire. And you see the soil. And when you see the soil, I want you to imagine, is this soil damp or dry? Can you see the seed? Has the seed sprouted? Do you see any greenery? I want you to take a moment to take a couple more breaths and see if as you breathe into it, the soil changes, the sprout changes. See what happens. And if it grows, what vegetable is it? How does it make you feel? If you could ask this plant what it needs from you to make it grow, what will it tell you? Now we're going to move on to the next cup. The next crystal glass cup has water in it. As you imagine the water in this cup, I want you to notice how full the cup is. Is it lower, mid-level, all the way to the top? And as you breathe into it, I want you to feel the temperature of the water inside the cup. Where did the water come from? What does the water need to rise? And as you breathe, watch the water rise. Notice how it makes you feel. And if you pay close attention to the water, ask the water, where can you receive filling your cup from? What nourishes you? What hydrates you? What energizes you? What fills your cup? What feels unconditional? What is something unconditional that you can give the cup so that it can overflow? And before you move on to the next cup, I want you to notice the water for a moment. Is it blue? Is it clear? Does it easily overflow? Does it happen gradually, quickly, slowly? And in this, you'll notice resistance or effortlessness. And then I want you to move on to the next cup. The next cup is air. I want you to notice this beautiful crystal glass filled with air. And as you stare at this, when you look into the cup and you see air, do you feel nothingness or do you feel lack of limits, unlimited possibilities, a filtration of energy? Which one comes easy for you to see? Which one feels peaceful? Take a moment to look at this cup of air. Do you see any air moving? Do you feel wind? Or do you feel peace? If you feel peace, you know that you can quiet the mind. You respect the words that you speak and others' words. You have patience and communication. And you don't act too quickly, but you act efficiently on decisions. And you may not be persuaded so much by other people's opinions. If you did decide to see the air moving quickly, and you started to see almost like wind or tornado, you may have issues with boundaries and anger. You may have issues digesting other people's decision making. There could be some instability with the way that you communicate to others or yourself. Now let's move on to the next cup. The next cup, you'll see this beautiful fire start to flame. I want you to notice how the fire looks in the cup. How far out does the flame go from the tip of the glass? What colors are in the flame? Has the flame been burning so long that you feel that if you touch the glass it would burn you? Or do you think that it's a baby flame that just started? Do you feel that if you blew on it, it would explode? Or do you think it would just lightly rise higher? Take in the energy of the fire. Notice where it wants to give energy back to you, from your mind to your body. Where does it sit at home? In the mind, in the throat, in the heart, in the belly, in the knees, in the feet, in the hands. Notice. What becomes warm, warmer and warmer, the longer and longer you stare at the fire in the cup. Notice how the fire makes you feel. And when you're ready, I want you to open your eyes. And I want you to sit with yourself and go back and journal with what each of these cups made you feel. Write down the descriptions. Was it dry? Was it hot? Was it cold? Did you feel resistance? Did you see things grow? Did other images pop up when you noticed the plant, the air? Did people, places, things, memories pop up? Journal all of it. Whichever one felt more peaceful is what you need to focus on, what you need to put more energy towards in this season after summer solstice. Whichever one you felt more resistance is maybe what you need to release. There's a piece of that, an old paradigm of thinking, of doing, of people, of experiences. There's something that you need to let go of because the chapter is trying to close. Some people may say the universe is kicking you out. You're done living that life. The one that brought you peace is where you give more focus. The one that brought you resistance, you need to figure out what it is that you need to release and let go of. Or adjust. Release control of. So I hope you guys enjoyed that simple exercise. This does flow into tarot, so if you did like that, say for instance you saw a lot of growth that was peaceful, not impulsive, not incessant with the green, maybe you want to look into the pentacles. Focus on the pentacles, focus on your time, focus on your money, focus on planting seeds, being with nature. If it was fire, focus on movement. So focus on the fire signs when you look at tarot. A lot of people go and they look at tarot and they're like, I'm an Aries, so I'm going to watch an Aries sign, but that's not the case. Use this as an anchor before you go into watching someone else's tarot and be like, I resonated with Pentacles, so I'm going to watch the earth signs. And this is just a piece of my advice, what I follow for myself. And if you don't watch tarot, this can be a beautiful representation of just what it is that you need to focus on and what you need to release. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me hold space for you. Bye.